Now, in preparation for the role of Suge Knight, what exactly did you have to do? Did you research? Did you stay in character all the time, even when you were out of scenes? How did that work for you?
I did a lot of research. I did a lot of reading old articles, staring at pictures of Suge Knight, different pictures, from different time periods, watching videos, finding like old obscure videos of maybe like behind the scenes with him and Tupac, so I could see them interacting.
Right.
Outside of just what the media showed. Just listening to him talk, seeing the kind of words, his vernacular, all that stuff, and just really kind of trying to get everything down pat. And then I was fortunate because in this movie there are people involved who were at death row, who were around and knew or still know Suge, knew Tupac, all that. So there was people there that could tell you like, no, I know him. That's that's not how he is.
Yeah.
Or do more like this or that, stuff like that. So I had a lot of consultants, basically.
Yeah, that's good. It's always good to have someone who is close to the character or the actual person to give you pointers.
We're family, and tonight the whole family's here for your night.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, take the your night out. Yeah, because it's done. It's like your night, yeah, it sounds awesome.
So what was it like working with the rest of the crew and the cast, and had you worked with any of them before this film?
I think there was like one crew member I had worked with. Everybody else I had never worked with before. Yeah, so it was pretty amazing. We all just really bonded. There was no drama, no craziness happening. I mean, outside of like meeting timelines or weather and stuff like that. But crew wise, that's what I think what surprised me the most was there was no drama. Usually somebody freaks out at some point on a film. It just happens, period.
Right.
But it wasn't happening on our film set. We had a lot of fun, and we bonded a lot. And then everybody that was involved also had a love for Pac.
Right.
So everybody's mindset was like, we got to do this right.
Big Suge. All Eyez on Me got the world shook.
There have been a number of other films and documentaries that revolved around Tupac and his story, but this one seems to be a lot more in depth than what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
So I'm personally excited to see that. Did that make it more meaningful for you all to actually know that this is going to be like really, really in depth and really detailed, and just hopefully to, like you said, live out his legacy?
Yeah, I was really excited and happy about that. It wasn't what it's funny because a lot of people were giving their 2 cents, of course, without knowing what the movie's about, like toward the beginning.
Right.
And so it's like, I saw where some people were saying things like, probably just going to show us everything we already know. And it's actually quite the opposite, So it was shot more like in the vein of like Ray, not just like Ray, but how it was. Right. It was you had Ray's music in it, but it wasn't focused on his music. It was focused on Ray the person and what all came together to make Ray Charles. And that's how this was. And then they got people, they got Oscar-winning, editor, and just a lot of the crew, the DP, a lot of people involved were like either legends or big names. That's the thing. Like if you look on like IMDb or see who all was involved, you'll see it's not just stars in front of the camera, but then it's like stars behind the camera.
Right.
And you get to see his interaction with his mother, and that's the other thing I love too, because people that don't really know Pac's story, they know the music, things said in music. So they know Afeni, and they think of Afeni on drugs and all that,
right.
But they don't see that she was so much more. And it was also during the time where the crack epidemic hit, when he was a child, and crack wasn't viewed as now we think of people on crack like, oh, crackhead, But a lot of people don't understand the history of it. When crack hit the scene, it was kind of touted like, smoking weed or something like that. Right. So a lot of people were like getting into it, not realizing down the road, hey, this is going to really jack me up. We know that now, but in the beginning, it was like a party, a party drug. Oh, this is okay. you know, and so, and some of the stuff they were going through, especially in the inner city areas, urban areas, low income areas, you know, people, they like to forget. So people either drink, you know, smoke marijuana or whatever. And so, you know, she kind of got caught up in that whole phase like millions of other people did, and then found out too late that, no, this is really going to mess you up. Right. And so seeing him deal, you know, seeing her before that, and seeing the bright, intelligent activist, you know, strong, powerful woman, you know, and then you get to see where that part of Pac came from.
Absolutely.
From his stepfather, Tupac Shakur, and his mother, you know, and his aunt, Afeni Shakur, and just them being involved in the Black Panthers, and just really standing up for the community and Black people. And seeing, you know, and that's why, you know, that's how you find out, you know, why Pac was so adamant about, you know, rising the people and, you know, being Black is beautiful, and, you know, that whole aspect of him.